Hi, I'm Aaron Johnson. I'm one of your Democratic representatives on the Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections. I want to talk to you today really quickly about absentee voting, about how to get your absentee ballot application, how to turn that in to get your absentee ballot, and then how to make sure that that ballot is submitted and is counted. So, the first thing we want to talk about is the absentee ballot application. There are a couple of different ways that you can get your application to fill it out. The first way is to do what's called the absentee ballot portal. It is a new system that was created during the pandemic to allow you to be able to go online through the Secretary of State's website, fill out the application, and then it will automatically send a ballot to you. If you go to the Secretary of State's website under elections, or you can go to Fulton County's website and be directed to that site. And Fulton County's site is fultonelections.com. That's fultonelections.com. Everything you need will be on that site. The second way you can ask for an absentee ballot application is if when you go to our site, you'll see there is a way to download the application. The application looks like this. Once you download that application, there's a couple of things you want to make sure you do before you submit it. Number one, you want to make sure that you're in the top right hand corner, that your Georgia driver's license number is submitted. That way we verify who you are. But if you don't have a license, we have another way of verifying your identification. The second thing is, and you won't have to worry about that this year for the November election, but you'll see a line that says for primary elections only, check one, where you have to pick Democratic, Republican, or nonpartisan. Do not worry about that line for the November elections. Remember, everybody is on the November elections. You can pick whoever you want. So don't worry about that. The third thing is for anybody who's in the military or overseas, you have an option of getting an emailed application to you. And what you want to do is in the section right here, where it asks for it, make sure that you put in your email address so your secure absentee ballot can be sent to you via email. The fourth thing you want to do is to provide an alternative mailing address. Most people who do, if you're out of town for some reason and you don't want the ballot to go to your house, but you want it to come to wherever you are, in this section here, it'll ask for an alternative mailing address, meaning the address that you would like your ballot to go to because you won't be home. Now, if you're simply getting an absentee ballot because of the pandemic, don't worry about that line. They can send it to your house and you can get your ballot there. The fifth thing is individuals may request multiple ballots with this single application. If you're 65 years or older, you're physically disabled, you're in the military, or you're an overseas citizen, what will happen in this section here, in the fifth section, is you will get an automatic ballot for the rest of the cycle. So that is, you want to pay very close attention to that. And then there's also another line for if you want an electronic ballot. Number 6, you must sign the application. There's a line right here with a little arrow to make sure that you sign your application. That's another way for us to verify that you are actually requesting your application. Now, if it is an instance where you are helping someone, a family member who is either residing temporarily out of the country or is physically disabled and cannot fill out the application, but you are filling out the application for them, there is another line just below the signature line that you have to verify that you are requesting this ballot for them. So those are the ways. That's how you fill out the application. It's a one pager. It is very simple, but it's very important that you follow each one of the steps. The most important, though, is making sure you know which ballot you want, making sure your information is filled out, and making sure you sign it. If by chance someone is filling it out for you, they have to sign the document. Now, there are a couple of ways to submit this application. You can scan it, take a picture of it, and email it in, which again, if you go to Fulton Elections, all of this will be on there. You can fax the document in, and the fax number will be on that site as well, where you downloaded the application. You can mail it in, physically put it in the mail and send it straight through. And we also have, Fulton County also has an upload option for you where you can take the document and upload it into the website. That's one of the most preferred ways because you can avoid the mail getting it there a little faster, but you can upload it. And if by chance, for some reason, you're unable to download this application or you're unable to get into the portal for the Secretary of State's office, you have an opportunity to do something that some counties don't allow you to do. Fulton County will accept a written request. You can get a sheet of paper, fill out this, just write, I would like an absentee ballot. And you have to put certain information on that, which I'm about to go over with you. But if you write that down into on just a document, we will accept it. So what you do, if you can't get access to the absentee ballot application, you must submit a written request that must include the following: your name and the date of the election. So you just put your name, the November 3rd election, obviously, your voter's name, which just I would always put it in, make sure it's written in print to be sure that they know exactly who it is, the address as registered to vote, the date of birth of the person, the voter's party choice, if it's a partisan election, which that you don't have to worry about for the November elections, and then the voter's signature. And if someone is requesting for someone who is physically unable or out of the country, then that person would have to sign as well. So you can return that application the same way, that document, the same way you would return an application. You can fax it in, you can mail it in, you can upload it, or you can email it in. So those are just a couple of options that you have. And again, the Fulton County portal is on there as well. Now, of course, if someone is out of town or out of the country and they have access to an email, they can go to the Secretary of State's portal to make sure that they put their own information in and get the documents over to them. And the mailing address, the fax number, the email, all of that you can find on fultonelections.com, as well as the phone number if you have any questions. Matter of fact, let me give you the number now. If you have any questions, it's 404-612-7060. That's 404-612-7060. Now, once you return that absentee ballot application, starting on September 18th, the ballots, will be mailed to our residents. You got to give it a couple of days. There's a 72-hour turnaround. So once you submit your application, start looking on My Voter page. That if you Google My Voter page, or if you go to the Secretary of State's office, that's mvp.sos.ga.gov. My Voter page, you can Google it, or you can just go to MVP, My Voter page, mvp.sos.ga.gov. Now, you can request a ballot up to 180 days before the election. So by the time you watch this video, you can turn the video off and go straight to requesting your ballot if you have not done so already. It takes about, on September 18th is the day that the ballots will start being mailed. After September 18th, they will then have about a 72-hour turnaround to mail your ballot back. Remember, you also have one other option for dropping off your applications, and that is the ballot drop boxes. Fulton County had about 20 ballot drop boxes in June, but we're pushing for about 50 drop boxes between now and November. So you can find ballot drop boxes at most libraries, government buildings, things like that. But if you go to fultonelections.com, there's a page that tells you the closest drop box to you, that all you have to do, you can actually put the application, I'm sorry, I forgot this part. You can take the application once you fill it out if you don't want to put it in the mail and put it in the drop box. Once you get your ballot, if you don't want to put it in the mail, you can also put it in the drop box. So we'll have drop boxes all across the county to give you an opportunity to avoid the wait or the lag time with the mail with the U.S. Postal Service. But you can just put them in the drop boxes around. They're secured. They're monitored 24 hours a day. And we have somebody from the department that will come through and they pick up ballots and applications every day. So that is another opportunity and another faster way for you to get your ballots and your applications processed. And remember to check the status of your ballot application and to check the status of when your ballot should be on the way to you, if it's been processed, things of that nature. Go to my voter page. Again, that's mvp.sos.ga.gov. Again, I'm Aaron Johnson, your Fulton County representative on the Board of Registration and Elections, and hopefully this will help you. But if you have any questions, remember the phone number to the elections office is 404 612 7060. That's 404 612 7060. And the website with all of this information and so much more is fultonelections.com. That's fultonelections.com. Thank you.